Okay, so you guys, you're returning for the sequel for Paddington. Was there any question at all that you were never going to come back?
Well, you didn't think so, did you?
No, I had a gut feeling from the moment the film came out that we were going to have a second one, and I actually said to Paul King, our director, see you at the next one, because I just knew it was going to happen. Just knew it.
I think with I kind of knew that there would be another one, because I mean the ideas that Paul King, Simon Farnaby and everyone had on Paddington, there can't just not be just one. There has to be more than one, because they've got so many ideas that they could create from just anything.
Well, you never know whether it's the first sequel I've done, I think, and you never know if a film's going to be a success or not. And so it was a huge relief and joy when it was accepted and embraced all around the world. But as Sam says, there's so much material in Michael Bond's books, but also with a director-writer like Paul King, who basically is Paddington and also has a sort of loopy, wonderful imagination. And in league with Simon Farnaby, who has written the second film with Paul and also plays the slightly curious security guard in both films. You know you're going to have a sort of rich fantasy world that is absolutely true to the spirit of the books, and so hence number two, it always felt right, and fingers crossed our audiences will come back and see it.
Absolutely wonderful. I loved it. So your character as well, your arc of your character is going through a bit of a midlife crisis this time. Was it nice for you to be able to move your character, Mr. Brown, forward?
Yes, because in the first film he goes from being very overprotective dad to being slightly more laid back, but this time there's a new problem, which is that he's passed over for promotion, and therefore the whole world starts caving in. He's convinced he's getting fat, he's going grey, his bones are creaking, and not that I feel any of those things myself, of course, being a young, agile 28-year-old. But he does try and put things to right, and by the end of the film he's realised that it's not all over yet, and he's still got a bit of his mojo.
And of course, the production feels so much bigger as well. We've got the fairground as well, and we've got the steam trains, which you guys, you got a chance to get behind the wheel of, or is it a wheel? I don't know. I mean, was it just like static, or did you actually get to drive the train at all?
Unfortunately, I didn't really get to drive the train, but I did get to control all sorts of things on the train, and it was a lot of fun, and I think it's probably the only time, or the closest time, that I will get to drive a train. So
it's I also got really choked up as well seeing it right near the end. Not going to give any spoilers away. What was your reactions when you saw how wonderful it was with the pop-up book, especially with the pop-up animation in it as well? How did that come across to you? Did you instantly fall in love with it as well?
Well, it's a part of the film. The pop-up book that you mentioned is so central to the story for all sorts of reasons. But that particular style is very nostalgic and took me back to pop-up books of my youth. And it's the world that Paddington once, or that Aunt Lucy, Paddington's beloved aunt, has grown up on as well. So it had a real resonance, and it's things like that to do with connection of family and the importance of, particularly in his case, long-distance relationship and trying to keep those memories close and tight is, I think, what provides a good emotional spur throughout the film.
And of course, working with Hugh Grant as well, who seems to have all the fun here. He gets to dress up and everything. Do you guys at any point wanted to take his place and do, especially with that song and dance number as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah, who didn't want to do that?
I think the only thing that I wouldn't want to dress up as would be that dog costume, which seemed just killable. Like, oh my gosh!
It was brilliantly demeaning that his star has fallen so far that he ends up doing dog food commercials dressed as a dog. It was very funny.
Okay, well, thank you very much for talking to me today.
Thank you.